Super Friday it is here in Bangalore, and welcome back to our podcast, the 4 a.m. Talks. I'm your host Manoj Velu. You are listening to the 4 a.m. Talks podcast. So, this is a Friday night. So, you are listening from wherever you are. I just hope that you had a good day, a good week, and I'm wishing you to have a fantastic weekend as well. Just enjoy and at the same time put in your work to make sure that you are on the track of your dream. So, with all this, today's episode is all about visionary. So, let me give you a real time example to understand this. A book came out in 2008. It was called Crush It. So, Crush It means it was written by Gary Vee, and what he tries to say is internet is going to dominate the world for the next generations. This is what he said in 2008 or 2005. I don't remember the exact year, but this is what he said. Internet is going to dominate. Social media is going to dominate. But if you go to Amazon or any book review websites, and if you look into the reviews, most of them would have said, no, this is not going to work out, this is nonsense, this is not going to happen. Gary Vee, your thinking about or your perception towards social media and internet is not good. It's not the correct thing that is going to happen. Nobody is going to, he said that people are going to buy wine on the internet. Nobody believed. They laughed at him. But now, not only wine, they buy all the stuffs that are possible on the internet, because it is the bridge that connects everyone, and you would get whatever you wanted to, within no time. And what a beautiful tool it is that we are having in today's generations, and we are getting whatever we wanted in no time. But Gary Vee is such a visionary. He understood all these things well before. He understood what it really takes and what will happen really, and he made sure that he documents it. There is a proof that he had thought this way, in the early days where nobody thought that internet was such a thing, or it's going to boom in a way that it has today. So Gary Vee is a visionary. But I wanted to prove you why I wanted to tell you this story is because even though Gary Vee is a visionary, not everyone will understand your vision. Not everyone will believe in your vision. Not everyone will stand with you and say, you know what, you got a great vision, you will, this will happen, and you're gonna go about it, and you have to put in the work. Nobody is going to tell you those things. There might be one or two people, but most of them would say that idea won't work. Remember, all these things, whatever people have said no, historically has become the correct thing that has ever happened. Whatever people have said, this is not going to happen, has happened. Or people are going to say, this will go on and it will be a massive thing. It wouldn't have become a massive thing as people expected. There is something, there is a ratio behind everyone's, understanding of what could happen next. But people who are historically correct have understood the fact of data, of what people are going to do next, and what are people's intention next, what's next. That will enforce them to make a decision and predict what it is. And of course the data will help them a lot nowadays, because anything, anywhere, if you want some sort of data, you can pull it up and you can see. That is the beauty of the internet. You can do it. And then, based on data, it is a very key factor to understand the odds of, of something, whether it will work out or not. You can, get into that data, understanding the data of what it is, what it has done in the past, how it has behaved, how people have, you know, conceived that particular thing. All these things you can understand just by pulling out data. But you need to understand how to, process and analyze data in a right way so that you can get the edge over anybody. So this is the most important thing that I wanted to tell you in this podcast. Even though you are a visionary, even though you have ideas, even though you say this is what is going to happen, not everyone will be around you saying that this is going to happen. It is up to you and how much you believe in yourself and the idea and the research and some sort of belief that this will work. It's not going to happen either way. You cannot just say or depend on someone to take a decision. You can value the opinion, but you need to understand at some point the most important person to you is you. So you need to understand that what's your opinion on that. How did you come to that particular decision? Is this going to work out? So why am I telling you all these things is because I know that most of you are having a great vision, but you are not putting your work, or you are not analyzing the way it has to be, or you are not thinking strategically and understanding that it takes time to understand certain things, and it will take off once you have that kind of mindset and you put in the work. So being a visionary is very nice, but before you come to any conclusion, just understand the data, just understand the behavior of people, mindset of the people, and ask yourself if this gonna happen, whether people will be able to accept or change, and if majority of them will do, if that convinces you, you know that this is gonna be a massive thing. So how good that product will affect the people. This is the question that you're gonna ask. If it is concising your time frames, meaning it can be done quicker than it used to be, then it's a visionary, because you know that something is getting done much quicker than before, so it can overtake some of the old products, and it can be the number one thing, and you spot that early, and you say, what, this is gonna break the market, and it's gonna come up there, and it's gonna make some noise. So that is really a visionary. Even though it could be in any field, you can be in any of the fields that you are in, you need to understand that visionary is the most important thing, and it's good to have that prediction. You can be wrong. It's not wrong. It's not wrong that you predicted it wrong. You have to go back to the drawing board and ask yourself, why has this been wrong? Why am I not predicted properly? And then you take the steps that you need to take. See what are the things that you have done wrong, and if you can correct it, and again you can go about it, you can always be that visionary, and you can become the person that you always wanted to be and achieve great results. With that being said, please ask yourself questions, and can you be a visionary? Can you think about something that you always wanted to create, or you wanted to do something with certain business, want to collaborate and do something really good? You can always do it. The thing is, you have to put in the work and be a visionary and predict what's going to happen. And it's not always going to be right. There is going to be ups and downs in those predictions, but the most accurate will be the homework that you do. With that, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. See you guys. Take care.